You got 5 guys on the injury report today, with some variants of soreness. Just want to get more clarity there on who could be possibly playing tonight, game time decisions, and all of that. Just sorting that out.
Yeah, I think Judy's probably the one that's the closest to a game time decision. Fell on his hip last game. Was feeling really sore last night and this morning. I think the other guys, JJ, Dez, Ty, is probably a good chance they don't go tonight. Obviously they're dealing with some little knick-knack things that have kind of risen the last couple of games, especially kind of flared up after the game last night, heavier minutes, all that stuff. And, we're just trying to be smart, big picture. So, chance those guys are out tonight. X is going to give it a go similar to Jitty. So, sorry, that's the 5th one. So, he's going to go through his pregame warm-up, so it'll be a game-time decision as well. He twisted his ankle last game.
Taylor, Kawhi had 30 last time you guys met. What stuck out to you about his play this year, returning from injury?
I mean, just playing to the elite level that you expect out of Kawhi. He hurt us in all 3 phases of the game. It was the 3-point shooting, too comfortable from there. He's obviously lethal in the mid-range, get into his spots, and then when he gets downhill, he's a force. And I think he hit like 13, 14 free throws against us. So it's just the unlimited package that he has offensively as a primary playmaker for them. Does a good job distributing it, but he can beat you in pick and rolls, post ISO situations, one-on-one situations from the perimeter, from the free throw line. So you got to account for a lot against him.
Without Steven, Jaren, do you suspect that Santi could get some minutes at the 5, and then what do you want to see from him when he does play minutes at the 5?
Yeah, we've seen some small moments of Santi at the 5. I think there's a chance for him to get some opportunity at the 5. I think, Junior will get an opportunity too. We've seen him in a couple of games recently as well, seen some good things out of that. And, when Santi's been at the 5, just, his dynamic ability to, make plays with the ball in his hands on the perimeter, trying to get him in that spot. He's still kind of learning the physicality and the reads on the roll game and, finishing within traffic and playmaking within traffic. I think he's doing a good job screening. Just now making the reads as a roller and a popper and then kind of playing out of those situations. Obviously, the pick and pop game, the second side actions, as a screener there. And, I think the playmaking, when we get in some of our motion series where we put the ball in our big's hands to be a playmaker, him getting more comfort there and, playing against pressure and being a decision maker and pass will be the things I would look for.
With Ja this year, All-NBA voting carries a little more weight given his contract situation. I'm curious, one, what do you think about his sort of his candidacy for that? And then 2, how much do you think, what happened a few weeks ago with the 8-game suspension, how do you think voters should factor that into their evaluation of his season?
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak for what, voters should or shouldn't account for. I think the numbers speak, he's improved in a lot of the categories. So, obviously it was All-NBA last year, so I definitely think his candidacy is absolutely legit. What he's done for us, our success of our team this year, the growth he's made as an individual player, one of the best players in the league. So I think that obviously speaks for itself. I haven't really studied the rest of the group. I've been so focused on just getting our group to play the best basketball possible. So, teach their own on how they're going to judge that, but hopefully he's, taking the steps necessary to show that he's learning from, what's transpired and he's continuing to be the best, professional that he can be. And obviously coming out here trying to be the best version of himself. So I think that accounts for a lot as well.
Taylor, in Atlanta, you said Ja was going to be in the high 20s. I think he averages around 32 minutes per game. So is he, without a restriction today, or there's still some restrictions?
I think we're pretty close to no restrictions. He, we talked. He talked to the medical team. He felt great today. Obviously, didn't play yesterday, so I think. That was kind of our, I think I said it before the game, kind of a return to, integration plan for him. He felt really good energy-wise, body-wise, all that stuff. Obviously still getting his conditioning, but you see how he's pushing himself out there, which is a great sign. But I think we're pretty close to what his normal minutes are. And then obviously, as we're doing with most of our other guys that are in the core rotation, trying to up theirs more than their normal averages. So we'll get to that threshold, sooner rather than later with him too.
Taylor, that March 5th game, Grizzlies are a really good offensive rebounding team for the most part, and obviously y'all made a ton of shots in that game, but it was, I believe, close to a season-low offensive rebounds, and just wanted to know from you watching that game back, why do you feel like that was a game where the Grizzlies, especially when the Clippers went small in that fourth quarter, weren't particularly successful at crashing like they normally are?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Steven's a huge driver of that. BC's a huge driver of that, so not having those two guys, I think, has an impact on our offensive rebounding game. We still want to be disciplined on our running habits to create those opportunities. You see JJ doing a little bit more, some of our wings doing it. But it's hard to, replace those two guys that do a phenomenal job at that. And, that game got away from us. Obviously, we built up a nice lead, going into that fourth quarter. We were playing hot in that third quarter, and then they tightened up their physicality. I think their awareness on the boards and just really locking down on defense, eliminated some of those second chances for us.
All right, thanks, Tyler.
Great, thanks everybody.